Alrighty, so this is a video just to make. If I make something cool that you guys will be able to see it, but I don't think I'll be talking much on it. I'm just going to basically work. Hold on. My sister-in-law is still doing my taxes, so she keeps writing me with questions. So I probably have one, two, I don't know, maybe 3 more canes that I can make. And then with those canes, we'll make a kaleidoscope cane with. Alrighty, so hi. What do you want? Come on. Nothing like a dog staring at you for absolutely no reason. I have one purple square. One purple. Still have to use that royalty in something. So the rest of the canes that I'm doing are all gonna go into a kaleidoscope cane. So we'll do the green leaf probably. I just don't want to put any of this clay back into my drawer. So I'm determined to get it all done tonight. So that's one. Okay, so that's that. Set that aside. We've got so much little pieces here. Okay, I have this green and this blue. I've got this kind of mustard yellow. This has got to be souffle. So maybe we'll make a brain cane with this. So I'm going to take all of it. I've got all dogs in here now. I don't know why they're following me. Usually at night I'm out there. So they're not used to me being in here all day long, and I've literally been in here all day long for the past 2 days. So maybe they just feel neglected. But so this is about 1 1/4. So what is it? 1 1/4 would be 2 1/2, and then 3/75, right? I have no idea what I'm doing, obviously. This is already starting to dry out, which is weird. It's kind of like a pig's in a blanket. Okay. And I do have this little piece. So maybe I can just pick that up like that. And just do like that. It only gave me one more, but that's okay. This is going to be really small, so I don't know if we're going to cut this in 4 pieces or just leave it alone. Ugh. Yeah, don't like that at all. But that's why we're here, right, is to experiment. Okay, so there's nothing to do with this. We're just going to leave it alone. It didn't turn out to be the brain cane I was hoping for. Okay, so... Oy. We're just going to make some spiral canes. Now, we're going to make this one thinner. So I'm putting this through. I started them at a number 3. And now I put them through at a 0. I just want a really tight spiral there. And then on this side, we're going to do the same. Well, that's interesting how that happened. So I'm just going to go to number 5. Actually, I'm going to go to a number 6. Because I don't need too much of it. All right. Okay. Okay, so I like that one. So right now we've got that, and we've got this leaf, right? And we have this that can go in there. So let's get a little more purple. And I have some souffle. Got some lavender. And I have one more block of white. So, just going to put all that together. And that should match about 2 of them. And I still have some light blue, a green, and a cobalt blue. So I'll do that next. So what's another thing to do? Bullseye, spirals. I know there's a few other ones that I haven't even tried. I did the fan fold. And I don't know. Oh, so I have this bullseye and this bullseye. Got a lot of stuff I can put into a nice little cane. So I think I got one more to make after this. And then we'll go ahead and try and put it into a kaleidoscope. Okay. So I'm going to pause this while I throw it through the pasta machine. Okay, so I've got this one done. But I'm going to do, let's cut it in half. Oi. And this way, like that. Okay, well, got a little turned around there, didn't I? Okay, so there's a few more. So I have all kinds of blue here. And I've got some pale blue. It just feels like I've already done that. So I got purple. I've got a cobalt and a green. More blue. I really like this color. It's not pearl. It looks like a souffle. I think it's seafoam. I have a lavender. So what if I do a lavender, a light blue, oh my gosh, could you imagine me using all of these colors in one cane? I mean, I could. There is no law that says I can't, right? I found more cobalt back there. Now, I've never made a cane with that many colors. It could be cool, all right? Okay, so that's close enough. So we're gonna get rid of this. Or I just get some white and just make a blue and white. I still have one extra there. So if I did that and that, I don't have any more of that. Oof, God, that green is just so bright. Oof, no. Okay, what the heck, right? We're gonna do it. This will be our last cane. And then we will put together our kaleidoscope. Look at what I just found right here. All right, we got a pale green here. What happens if I did that instead? That might actually look better. All right, so let's see if we can get two out here. Pretty sure we can. Yes, we can. You know what? I'm just throwing it all in there, right? Because I don't want to put this back in the drawer. Oh, darn it. I got more. I thought I got rid of all this stuff. Oh, you don't realize how much stuff you have until you start working with it and you're like dying here. The only problem with using this many colors is I don't know what it's going to do to the pasta machine. Because it can only go, you know what I mean? It can only go a certain width. Then as it gets bigger, it kind of, I don't know, it kind of messes up the, it kind of folds it in. So I don't want that to happen. That's a lot of green. Oh well, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've made bigger. This should be okay in the machine. I might end up having to take one more blue and a little bit more of this to match the green, but I don't have any more cobalt. Oh, yes I do. I'm just gonna throw it all in there. This is just my, this is aquamarine, so I don't mind having a little bit of that left over. Well, you know when somebody starts to get tired when they just grab stuff and throw it into one. So yeah, I'm a little done. Okay. All right. So let's do this and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to put this through the pasta machine and I will be back. Okay, well, I can't say I'm a lavender person. I don't really care for that color. I'm going to take some of this Alright, I was going to do blue, but we're going to do this crimson. I have no idea why. And I feel air bubbles in this one. Alrighty. Let's get this show on the road. That's a big centerpiece. So I'm hoping, I really hate when that happens. I'm hoping it'll fit proportionally into this piece right here. That sucks if I can't get this apart. Wow. Well, we may end up having to cut some of that out. We'll see if we can salvage it. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to on that end. Alrighty. That is a big cane. Alright, so this is going to have to go in my scrap container. And here we go. Let's go ahead and start reducing these. Actually, I'm going to reduce them off camera because I've got quite a bit here. And we'll come back and put it together. Alrighty guys, we are at the last cane that we are doing this entire weekend. So I just basically cut up a bunch of the canes that we made. One of them made a whole lot, and I really don't like the color. It just seems very dull. So I needed to brighten it up, and I found some flowers. I found some pink and purple. So that's what we're going to go with. So the first thing I want to do is I want to do this leaf. Get a little bit of green in here. Okay, so again, we're going to make sure that where are we at? Get this to 3 inches. So we're just going to kind of push that center up, but then we're also going to kind of lay it down so it's not harsh. Okay, so there we go. We have 2 pieces right here. Go just a little more. Okay. So I'd like that for one corner, okay, because we're going to make this a square. I don't know how big of a square this is going to end up being, but for now we're going to start it at, I don't know, maybe 2 inches. I'd hate to go 3 inches. That's just way too big for me to pick up. So again, this could be enough to make a bunch of different canes. You know, it doesn't have to all go into one. I'm starting to like this leaf a little better than I did before. Okay, we're going to add add all kinds of different colors in here. Some of these I may not even use. And some of them we're just gonna, I don't know, twist and turn and just get all kinds of different elements in there. Okay, so it's figuring out where I want to put any of these. So I can do a blue. I can do a yellow. I like that yellow. Alright, so what do we got? I might be able to get this to like 3 inches here. Maybe not. I don't know. We're gonna try. I just don't want anything. There's not gonna be a whole lot left if I really reduce this. So let's see what we can do. We don't have that much farther to go. So let's do it. Okay. So something like that, all right? Okay. So this ends right here. Okay. You don't realize how much work it is until you start working on this. So I've got some of these little greens right here. Okay. I'm not sure if I like that blue one in here. It's going to give it a little bit of a tropical feel. I think this blue might not make it. I don't think it's matching enough for the feel that I'm going for. So I have this. It's so old. All right, so if I am going for a 2-inch, right? Just got to fill that whole section down there. Oh, this is so hard. All right, let's work with this a little bit. Sorry if the camera moves. It's because I'm pushing really hard. And everything's kind of attached to my workbench here. If I can get 3 inches out of this, that will be awesome. Okay. Ugh. I don't know if I want to do... I mean, it's kind of cute, but... I don't know. Alright, we're going to grab this other one. And we're going to do the same thing. You know, and the thing is you make it and you kind of go, oh, I should have made this times 6, you know. Because I'm trying to do a square kaleidoscope. And then once I do that, I'm going to go, gosh, I wish I made just a regular hexagon one. But I've got a few more of these canes. I don't have any more of these, but I could very easily make them. If that's the case, once I'm done with this. You always get those woulda, coulda, shouldas, which is really silly because it's just clay. So, do I have any more of these flowers? If I can get one more of those, that would be great. I really like those flowers too. I did not think I'd be using them in here. But it's not like I've used them in anything else. So how did I make this? Because I've got translucent. So I just made a flower petal, but added translucent in the middle of it. So I think the yellow brightens it up. Oops. Kind of thinned it a little too much. 1, 2, 3. Just need a little more. But actually, this needs to come in a little bit. Okay. Okay. So we're just kind of burying that in there. And again, this one, okay. And then we can add, I don't know, maybe a little pink right there. Okay, and maybe another green one. Yeah, from all that I made with all those colors, I wasn't expecting to not use any of those colors. And I want this to connect. Right? Okay, so this right here is going to be a corner. This I can make into a corner. So I just need to add something right down there. And I'm going to do this one, but I'm going to flatten it, maybe. Unless I find another color I like better. I don't like those at all. See this? I don't want this like this. I kind of want it pointing. Kind of like a diamond, I guess. I know what I want to do, and it's just I can't seem to get it there. If that makes sense. So I'm going to think here really quick. I don't think I can do anything now. But what I wanted was just to come out here. And that way that would come out there. That would come out there. That would come out there. So this whole piece right here has got to move. over. Okay, so it's facing you know what I'm going to say, right? It is what it is. I didn't think about that part, or yeah, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do. All right, so that's it. So all of these can go for another one. I think I've got enough to do what I need to do. So I'm going to hit pause for the last time. And I'm not sure if I'm going to go all the way to 8 just like this and put them all together. I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing, instead of putting them together and then doing 8. I don't know. You know, again, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Because I don't want to make them really, really small. All right, let me just, before I do anything, let me just cut off a little strip here. I need a mirror is what I need. And I don't have any to put up so I can see what it's going to look like in 4. So I'm going to take this into the bathroom and look at the mirror, and I'll let you know what I do when I get back. I'm going to reduce it either way. So if I come back, I'm either reducing it to 3 inches, 4 inches, and cutting it again, or I'm going to go all the way to 8 inches, and that way I'll just take the 4 squares. So I'll be back in a bit. Alrighty guys, so we are back. I did not, I didn't cut it and put it together. It looked really good in the bathroom mirror. So I'm hoping it turns out pretty good by not doing that. So I'm at 7 inches. 2, 4, 6, 8. I can cut them at 2-inch strips. But obviously I want to go a little longer, so we cut off the waist. There's a lot on this side. It's just really soft. Okay, so I know right there we have to cut off, and it looks like that's all we need to cut off. So even if this is at 7 inches, okay, so we'll cut it at 7 inches, would be 3.5, and then 1 3/4, or I just take this and get it to 8 inches. And that way I can make sure it's all nice and straight. And that both sides are pretty much even. Okay. So it looks like we're even wherever we go. And we're at 8 inches. I'm not as nervous as I was that flower. I think this is going to come out really nice. I should shut up though, because when I say that, it never does. I'm just going to cut that little piece off. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So that's what we got. Oh, I really like that. Very tropical. So this was the thing that I was complaining about. I wanted that to... Oh, look at that. I still didn't cut even. Unbelievable. I really wanted those to connect. So that actually worked. Uh-oh. That's connecting. That's connecting. So it's got to be this way. Okay, so we're going to look at it here. Gonna make sure it's all even. Even Steven. That's the one that's a little shorter, isn't it? All right, we're going to cut just right there. That might be helping me out a little bit here. All right, so we got this right there. Wow, this is cool. I like this one a lot. Oh, he's a little off, but see how this one's coming in perfect. Okay, so it's just this flower is off a little bit. It's not quite sitting where it should be. Is it good enough? Yes. I am so tired I don't even care at this point. Okay, that one looks good. That one looks pretty good. And this is a little funky, but that's okay. Alrighty, so we're just going to reduce this a little bit. I'm not going to reduce this down small until I figure out what I'm going to do with it. This might make a nice bowl, but I do want to make a couple tube beads out of it. So I will eventually have to go real small. And as far as like wrapping it around a bead, a round bead, yeah, it might work. So you have to make the bead square first and then bring in your corners. But we're just going to pull this just a little bit, because I'm going to let it harden a bit before I reduce it too much. Okay. So thanks for sticking with me. This is all done on the weekend because I had time with nobody here. Tomorrow goes back to normal. So I'm really glad I got what I got accomplished. I do not feel bad about making this a regular hexagon shape, or I don't know, hexagon got 5 or 6. Octagon is 8. I think hexagon is 6. If I'm wrong, you guys can tell me in the comments. I don't know anymore. Alright, so that's about as far as we're going to go here. So let's cut the end off here. Hopefully it's not too squishy. It's squishy, but that's okay. And there is our kaleidoscope cane. So I hope you liked that. That was absolutely fun to make. Yeah, and the reason it doesn't look even is because it got squished up on the top. But that's it. So that was really fun. Again, we'll see you next time. Hope you enjoy it, and get out your clay and do the same. Doesn't matter where you lay them. They always seem to come out. So I'm never worried when it comes to Kaleidoscope. They always seem to work. Flowers, that's another story. So good night, guys. We'll see you next time.